I have 184,000 followers. There is no reason for my post to be stuck under 1,000 views or just at 1,000 views, period.
I'm gonna be so real, you guys. You don't have to be jealous of these influencers at all. The ones in LA, especially, a lot of them are broke.
5 reasons I'm quitting being a content creator. They all kind of fall under the umbrella of I didn't make any money, and the requirements for making money made it all not worth it.
Influencers are going broke. Again. For years, social media looked like the easiest job in the world. Make videos, get millions of views, land a few brand deals, and suddenly you're living the dream.
I was invited on a influencer-only cruise to the Bahamas, so I'm gonna show you guys exactly what that entails.
But now influencers are packing it up and going back to a 9-to-5.
Get ready with me for my first day at my corporate job. 5 months ago, I posted a video announcing that I quit my job and I believed in myself to be an influencer for the first time in my life. I really thought I would never go back to corporate America, but I lasted a whole 5 months.
So, what happened? Well, in one of my first videos on this channel, we talked about OG influencers. They made a ton of money, but spent it as if it would never run out.
Did you guys see that video going around about all the early influencers who were pulling in like 30, 50 grand a month and now they're struggling? Because I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. People with high incomes assume the money is permanent, so they spend it like it's guaranteed. Once the big checks start coming in, it's like new house, new car, new lifestyle. The mindset is basically like, I've made it, the rules don't apply to me anymore.
Essentially, they didn't save, invest, or prepare for the possibility that their fame wouldn't last forever. But today I want to talk about modern influencers, the ones who aren't going broke after making millions. They're going broke trying to make it in the first place.
This is the very reason why I just spent $500 on Amazon for plus-size Halloween costumes. I'm trying to get more in the plus-size fashion space, but you can't be a fashion influencer without having, like, clothing. So I had to bite the bullet and buy these costumes on Amazon and just hope that I make the money back through my Amazon storefront. And not even just the price of clothing, I literally just spent $80 on new lights, $100 on a gimbal, $20 on a selfie light, and so many other expenses that go into being an influencer and a content creator. It takes money to make money, my friends.
It's basically a fake it till you make it situation. But in reality, these influencers are making less than minimum wage. And while many won't admit it, their friends are blowing the whistle on them.
I'm gonna be so real, you guys. You don't have to be jealous of these influencers at all. The ones in LA, especially, a lot of them are broke. A lot of people, and I'm only saying this as somebody who lives here and has experienced it, right? Versus my friends that have normal jobs, right? You know, they're the first to, oh, we could go here, we could pay for this, we'll go out to nice dinners, or we'll, you know, get an Uber, whatever. The people that I know that are influencers or whatever, creatives, quote unquote, sometimes, you know, they don't want to go because, oh, maybe we could get it for free. You know, they're always trying to get things for free, and then they can't afford to go do anything, or they can't afford certain things.
Even business owners who've worked with influencers over the years are calling BS on their lifestyles.
Most influencers are broke. Many of them are living paycheck to paycheck. They don't know how to manage their money. They don't know how to monetize on their audience. They don't know how to build a real business. Many girls can go online and start dancing with bikinis. Majority of the influencers that you and I both follow are broke. I have been working with influencers for the past 11 years. I have been on the other side where I hire influencers from thousands of dollars to $50,000 per post. Girls that I work with, many of them end up resulting to only or they end up having to try to find a man to pay for their lifestyle to upkeep a level of standard.
But it's time to hear from the influencers themselves. If you ask them why they're broke, many will blame the platforms they're on, like this creator who blames the TikTok algorithm for not showing her fans her content.
I have 200,000 followers.
200,000 followers that don't watch you.
No, they do. I just don't pop up on my For You page. But when I'm there, they pay attention to me. They just they pay attention when they see me.
That's not how that works, by the way. If the content's not good, it doesn't get on anyone's For You page. Welcome to the algorithm.
Well,
the algorithm's meant to keep people terminally online.
That's why we
on those
go
platforms.
live.
To your 15 viewers.
That's on Twitch. I go live on TikTok too.
Give me your phone again then.
Caleb is trying to get through to this creator, who's clearly delusional about how successful she is online.
Okay, TikTok Studio. What? What do you want?
I'm just confused.
You're losing followers.
Well,
no, your net is lost.
I'm trying to switch my content, but
Estimated pay previous 7 days.
Caleb even has his staff guess how much she's made on the platform in the past 7 days. Let's play along. Throw out a number. Mine is $20.
Say $70.
Okay.
Can I guess?
Let's do 7 days. How many?
$15.
Okay. Yell it, Colton.
Oh gosh.
TikTok, what do you think she's made in the last 7 days?
Last 7 days, I'm gonna say $2. gonna say $1.50.
Okay, 56 cents.
Oh,
Yikes. That means she's making a little over $2 a month on TikTok as a so-called influencer. That's rough. But she's not the only one blaming TikTok. Our next creator claims TikTok has changed and is no longer paying creators what it used to.
Being a TikToker 2 years ago, even the beginning of last year, 2025, was so different. TikTok was paying really good. To the point where I did not have to work a 9 to 5 if I did not want to. And my all of my bills, phone bill included, the rent, phone bill, light bill, gas bill. Yeah, I had a gas bill. All that was paid, pet, rent, everything. I did not need a 9 to 5.
That must have been nice. So what happened?
And ever since TikTok has sold to another company, to Oracle to be specific, I cannot, for the life of me, cough up another $4,000 check.
There's a growing conspiracy among creators that ever since American investment groups got involved, TikTok hasn't been paying the way it used to, and their content isn't reaching as many people.
They don't want to pay their creators. Without us, it wouldn't be a TikTok. And then for one, they suppress your views so that you can pay for an ad. I have a lot of views on TikTok from the past 3, 4, or 5 years. But it seems like now my posts cannot get over 1,000 views. I have 184,000 followers. There's no reason for my post to be stuck under 1,000 views or just at 1,000 views, period.
She's not the only creator who's fed up with TikTok. Our next influencer used to make $5,000 a month on the platform, but now is lucky if she hits 1K.
TikTok is not paying creators how they used to. And I'm dead not surprised. We already knew once China sold out, we was not going to get paid because America hates seeing us live easy. We were making livable wages off of TikTok alone. I went from making $5,000, $6,000 a month on this app to making $800, $900, posting the same videos, same content, same everything. And I don't post as much because TikTok has been limiting a lot of things that you can say.
People have seen such big dips in their TikTok income, they're threatening to go into adult entertainment.
Yo, TikTok, what is this? Y'all only paid me $694.30 for a video that has over 2.9 million views. And look, don't think I'm not grateful. I'm very grateful because $694 is a lot of money. That's $694 I ain't had before, and I'm very glad, appreciative, and grateful. Ain't nobody gonna say no to free extra money in today's times. But damn, only this little? I'm gonna have to start selling to something if TikTok only pays this little if your video goes viral. Yeah, I think it's time to do this. You think I could make $1 million in a couple of days from this too?
Is it just me, or does $700 sound pretty sweet for a video that probably took him 2 to 3 hours to make? But I digress. Apparently, it's not just TikTok that's holding funds from its creators. Instagram is too.
I'm literally shaking. Okay, I'm about to check. I'm nervous. Download. Okay, let's open it.
Let's play a game. So her video got 25 million views. Throw out a guess on how much you think she made.
I'm literally shaking.
I'll say $1,000.
When I started creating content on this app, I never thought these sort of financial opportunities would be possible for me. Okay, I just have to show you. Let me zoom in. That is like the most amount of zeros I've ever seen in a creator payout.
Oof, I was way off. She made a penny off of 25 million views. That's just criminal. But she's not the only one giving us a reality check on creator incomes. This next influencer broke down how much she makes across different platforms.
Okay, let's expose how much money creators are making on social media. Here is every single dollar that I've made from social media in the last couple months. Okay, so I post on TikTok and Instagram. On TikTok, I made $1,000 in March, $1,000 in February. January was a good month. Hey, December 14th, $700. November, $700 and $600. And here are the other months, they kind of go more down to like $400, $600. And this is just TikTok, by the way. I'll show you Instagram next. But also, side note, I post like 3, 4, 5 times a day. So it's kind of a lot. Okay, this is Instagram, and for Instagram, they don't pay you on a consistent basis every month. It's just like bonuses, I guess. But yeah, it's just like $400, $1,000 here, $700 that month.
$1,000 a month just isn't enough to live on, and people are finding this out the hard way. Our next creator actually admitted on camera that she's broke and can't afford the tips her fans give her to grow her audience.
I feel like I'm going to be broke forever. Genuinely, I do. But I think I'm just kicking myself because I know that if I would have started TikTok even a year and a half ago, like getting 40 million views in 3 months, I would have been able to get a lot of stuff taken care of. It sometimes can just feel like, ugh, when you make a video a week ago that gets 5 million views and you don't really make that much money from it, and you have a bunch of people giving you all of these suggestions in the comments. Now, the video was about me not fitting societal beauty standards, and so everyone was giving me all of this advice and telling me, oh my gosh, girl, you need to do a transformation video on your page, you need to get extensions and lashes, do all of these things, and then just make it a segment on your channel. And I'm like, I can't afford most of those things, especially the higher end things that probably would make me look a glow up.
That's the thing. Influencer culture has made it so you have to spend money to make money. They're spending money on clothes, trips, and experiences they can't afford, hoping they look successful enough to attract fans and brand deals.
I used to work for one of the world's biggest beauty brands. I used to consult for them, right? When we were looking for influencers to work with, we would be looking for influencers who already, they were already using the products from the brand, or they use similar products. And it was a luxury beauty brand, so the price point was anything from $80 plus, $100, $200. And the influencers who would either get the brand deals or even just gifting were the ones who already had a lot of product. And that meant spending a lot of money. I mean, thousands and thousands of dollars just to get the chance to be gifted product.
The end goal is always brand deals. That's what makes the most money. So when those dry up, these influencers have no backup plan and end up living paycheck to paycheck.
I just got dropped from a Coachella brand trip while at Coachella. Because I don't even know how to say this. They think I have ringworm. I don't, I have eczema, but I'm literally going to lose a $40,000 contract because another influencer exposed me for coming on this trip with ringworm.
The stats don't lie, and they're alarming.
The market is huge. Global influencer marketing just hit $32 billion in 2025, and that sounds like a total gold rush, right? But here's what they don't want you to see. 46% of creators earn under $1,000 a year, and 57% of full-time creators, the people who are doing this as their full-time job, earn below the U.S. living wage of $44,000. That means that more than half of full-time influencers can't even pay rent comfortably.
So it's no surprise that some creators are going back to 9-to-5s and even romanticizing the idea of having a steady paycheck again.
I remember celebrating becoming a full-time content creator. Now I celebrate being able to clock into a 9-to-5 again. I have that structure back in my life. I no longer have to take taxes out of my own check, making sure I pay Uncle Sam his money back at the end of the year, and it does rack up. I have health benefits through a job again rather than coming out of pocket for these insane premiums. I know that I have a check coming in rather than getting a brand deal, posting that brand, and not seeing that money for 30, 60, or 90 days depending on the contract. And sometimes they're late. Mind you, bills are still coming. Now I can get back to creating from my heart rather than a place of almost desperation, because you have to push out content to please the algorithm, and I gotta stay relevant. I gotta stay on these trends. I have to do this, I have to do that, because my livelihood and my bills are relying on it.
Some of these influencers are doing social media on the side, but relying on their 9-to-5s to pay their bills, and they're letting their fans know the truth.
I don't ever want anyone to look at me and think that Brandy is getting paid. Brandy is not. I did the calculation, babes. I've made $10,000 this year. That's equivalent to $11 an hour. I'm not paying nobody's bill with $10,000 in 5 months. Your favorite content creator, 9 times out of 10, is not making their money off of social media. And I was having this conversation yesterday because one of my followers assumed that I was making the bulk of my money off of social media. And I was like, no, babes, I go to work. I'm just like you. I wiggle that mouse Monday through Friday, okay?
But while money is the main reason influencers are quitting social media, there are other reasons coming to light.
5 reasons I'm quitting being a content creator. They all kind of fall under the umbrella of I didn't make any money, and the requirements for making money made it all not worth it. To be a content creator professionally, you have to have a repeatable format. So this is one format, me sitting in front of a familiar background talking to the camera.
People are realizing that to be successful, they have to hone in on one topic or format and essentially mass produce content to get views. And that doesn't fly for the creative types.
I'm an eclectic creative person. One day I'm designing this necklace. The next day I'm cracking jokes about breakups and writing joke songs about them. I can't be tied down because that just kills me. Next reason, it's a really insecure career with how these platforms are changing. TikTok is a dead zone for most people at this point. Your followers don't mean anything, so there's no reason to like go on TikTok and like try to build a following or anything. Every video is its own fresh shot.
It's a numbers game. You're chasing views and engagement without really building a brand you can stand behind.
Another point, I don't think any of us really want to be here on these apps. Don't you want to put your phone down? And yet, your job as a content creator is to look at these stats and optimize human attention so that you literally can't swipe away. You're not making these decisions. Your brain is operating automatically. Some of the easiest ways to do that are so slimy. And I think that I could make every video viral if I just didn't have a soul.
It turns out some people don't want to sell their souls to make money, and more influencers are realizing that and quitting.
As someone who used to be a social media influencer, here's why I stopped. And unfortunately for me, what happened was I made a few videos that ended up, popping off, getting like 1 million plus views, 1 million plus likes, and got a ton of followers from it. And it really just anchored me down to only creating kind of like a singular kind of content, and if I didn't make any content surrounding that central idea or theme, it really didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, influencing requires sticking to a certain format, and it can be soulless if your heart's not in it.
And number 2 is the people. And what I mean by the people is the people in your space of social media in which you would collaborate with or potentially collaborate with. And for me, it was hard to find people to collaborate with because I found that I just had a different view on life and a different personality that a silent majority I felt in the fitness industry didn't have. Like, a lot of people did things off camera that didn't align with the things that they were sharing on social media, right? So like if you're promoting health and wellness, but then, off camera, I see you doing a lot of you can't stop hitting your nicotine pen, and like doing all this stuff, like it just tells me that, you're promoting something that you don't actually believe in. And that's not someone I want to collaborate with.
We all know that influencers promote products or lifestyles they don't actually believe in, just to make money. It's become so normalized online, it's refreshing to hear someone actually call it out.
And the last point being like myself and me changing, right? Like, when I was on social media, right, like I was pretty young. Like I was 19 to 21 when I was kind of at my peak with social media. When I stopped, I was about 24, almost 25. And I changed so much within those years. And so when I wanted to create content on the same social media page that I had from when I was younger, right, it just didn't mesh with any of the people that followed me because the content I was creating before that wasn't as mature, I guess you could say.
People can outgrow their content, but if you've built a platform on one thing, it's hard to pivot to another without starting over. At the end of the day, not every influencer can sustain themselves on content alone. Views change, platforms change, algorithms change, and when their entire income depends on something they can't control, one good month or even one good year doesn't guarantee that money will be there forever. Suddenly, that 9 to 5 they tried so hard to escape starts looking a lot more appealing. So next time you're introduced to a new coworker and they seem strangely familiar, don't be surprised if they used to be an influencer. As always, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Llama out.